The book, Quran, that is today being portrayed by the media in the Western countries and in the Eastern countries. All around the world, media is now targeting Islam. If anything happens, the name of Islam, if it is a Muslim who's committed the act, a Muslim committed this act. Media knows that that will sell, and that's how they will make money. And that's why it is upon us to show the world that that is not true. Islam does not teach terrorism. Islam does not teach barbarianism. Islam does not teach oppression. In fact, Islam teaches peace. Islam teaches that we must love one another. We must treat each other the way we want to be treated ourselves. This is what we have been taught. Then why is it that we are allowing these people to give this space of Islam to the world? We need to act ourselves. And I'll try and touch on how we can act upon that. I will try and touch on how we can combat this terrorism, how we can counter these distorted versions of Islam, and how we can protect our youth from falling prey to these type of messages. Our religion, Quran, begins with, Allah is the name I begin with. The most merciful, the compassionate. The first chapter in the Quran, Surah Al-Fatiha, begins with, all praise belongs to Allah, the Lord of all the worlds, the most merciful, the most compassionate. How on earth can a book that begins with such merciful messages be teaching barbarianism and terrorism? We look into the Quran, we find verses like in Surah Anbiya, verse number 107. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. And we have not sent you as a messenger to the people, to the worlds, but as a mercy for all creatures of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Meaning the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has been sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala into this world as a mercy for all the worlds. And when we say all the worlds, it means the world of humanity, the world of dogs, the world of cats, the world of mice, the world of elephants. All these different creatures have their own world. And the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as per the Quran, has been sent to all the world as a mercy. So how on earth can this Quran be teaching terrorism? It doesn't make sense. It completely doesn't make sense. The very Quran in which, in Surah Ma'idah, verse number 32, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, مَنْ قَتَلَ نَفْسًا بِغَيْرِ نَفْسٍ أَوْ فَسَادٍ فِي الْأَرْضِ فَكَأَنَّمَا قَتَلَ النَّاسَ جَمِيعًا. He who kills one soul, one nafs means the soul. He who kills one soul, as long as it's not in punishment for murder that he committed. If he's committed murder, then Islam says yes, capital punishment is possible. Is possible. Islam doesn't say that capital punishment is necessary for a person who committed murder. Islam says it is possible. And when we talk about qisas, the Quran says that if you are patient and you forgive, then Allah is with those who are forgiving. So Islam, although has the punishment of capital punishment, just like the USA, America still today has capital punishment. In America, they still have capital punishment. Islam also has capital punishment. But Islam encourages that capital punishment to never occur. But it can do. So, مَنْ قَتَلَ نَفْسًا بِغَيْرِ نَفْسٍ. If the person never committed murder and he's not been taken to the courtroom where the judge has ruled capital punishment against him, then no man can ever kill a soul. Capital punishment can only be carried out from the courtroom. No man has the right to kill any soul. Any sort of killing must not occur at all. That's what the Quran teaches. It says, مَنْ قَتَلَ نَفْسًا بِغَيْرِ نَفْسٍ أَوْ فَسَادٍ فِي الْأَرْضِ فَكَأَنَّمَا قَتَلَ النَّاسَ جَمِيعًا. It is as though if a person kills one soul, it is as though he has killed the whole of humanity. It is as though he has killed the whole of humanity. If Allah in the Quran is saying, to kill one soul wrongfully is like killing the whole of humanity, وَمَنْ أَحْيَاهَا, And he who protects one life, he who prevents one life from dying, فَكَأَنَّمَا أَحْيَا النَّاسَ جَمِيعًا, then it is as though he has protected and preserved the life of the whole of humanity. If these are the messages in the Quran, then how on earth do these people use the Quran to justify acts of terror? How is the Western media trying to portray the Quran to be the cause of terror? How is the government of Pakistan? How is the government of Pakistan saying that we need to remove Surah Tawbah from the Quran when these are the messages in the Quran? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? The Quran teaches peace throughout the world. The Quran teaches that life is sacred and life must be preserved. If a man is in a desert and he has absolutely no food and drink to eat and drink, he knows that he will die, and the only thing he has is a bottle which has alcohol in it. It has alcohol. Or let's say he has ham, the meat of swine, pig. And we all know, as Muslims, it is completely forbidden to drink alcohol. It is completely forbidden to eat or consume swine. But Islam says that it is so important to preserve life. It is so important to preserve life that if you are in that situation, then although that is haram, in this situation it will become permissible for you to just consume that amount which will keep you alive and preserve your life. Because saving and protecting and preserving life is more important in Islam. That is what Islam teaches. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, all throughout his life, he interacted with non-Muslims and he showed the most beautiful and the most blessed character that many people, on seeing the character of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they fell to his feet and accepted Islam. Many people accepted Islam simply by looking at the character of Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq and Sayyidina Umar Farooq radiallahu anhu. Many people accepted Islam when they went against war with Muslims, but as they saw the way Muslims fought in the battlefield, they were shocked that even in the battlefield when they were at war, they still respected life. And when it was not necessary to kill, they never killed anybody.